It's tempting to panic as we watch our retirement savings evaporate, as we see irrational, unnecessary hoarding, as we see a message driven by, shall we say, inconsistent politicians. It's tempting to give in to fear. I was out at Harvest Farm earlier this week. Actually, I wasn't at Harvest Farm, but I spoke to the guys at Harvest Farm via video because social distancing. And I talked with them a little bit about riding bikes and taking on big challenges, getting involved in a cause bigger than themselves, and what it's like to tackle something that seems impossible. I talked with those guys about one of my favorite scriptures. And since fear is such a pervasive topic right now, I thought I'd share a few of my thoughts with you. You probably know this story. It's in Matthew 14. Jesus sent the disciples out to row across the lake late at night. And they basically battled all night against the wind and the waves, and in morning they were likely a little bit bleary-eyed and tired when they thought they saw a ghost approaching them walking on the water. And the scripture says they cried out in fear. And what Jesus says to them is really interesting. He says, "Don't be afraid." Now, at first blush, it's easy to take that as, well, don't have any fear. But that's not what it means, because before that, he says, take courage. And we know that courage means not don't have fear, but face your fear. Step into your fear and move forward anyway. And so he says, take courage. Don't be afraid. But that's not the end of the story, because he doesn't intend for us to do this by ourselves. The third piece of his little short message there is that he puts himself in the middle. He says, take courage, I am, don't be afraid. And when he does that, he simply says, you don't have to do this by yourself. You can lean on me. Take courage because I am. You don't have to be afraid. And we're called to do this in community. There's never been a better time to demonstrate our power to encourage, to give away courage to others who might be panicking, who might be giving into fear. See, we're not afraid. Doesn't mean there's nothing to be afraid of. It doesn't mean we're not going to get sick. It doesn't mean we're not going to struggle. It does mean that we're not going to panic. It does mean we're not going to be controlled by the things that are out there trying to intimidate us. It does mean we're not going to let our fear control us. Don't be afraid means we know who holds our future in his hands. And speaking of doing hard things, we're still cautiously optimistic about riding bikes this summer in one form or another. We're not sure exactly what that's going to look like yet. We don't have our jerseys ordered, but we did get our team t-shirts today. And so I've asked Becky to join me. Here's a sample of what our team t-shirt's going to look, and our team hat's going to look like.
There's two hats.
Mine's
the better hat.
Yeah, we've got our team t-shirts have the kids' hands on them. All 22 of our kids from the Home of Hope. We've got their handprints digitized in a little design there. So that's what our team t-shirt's going to look like. Maybe that'll get you a little bit excited to come and join us and share some miles. Like I said, I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I'm betting that by the time June rolls around, we'll be able to get together in one form or another and enjoy some of Colorado's beautiful scenery. We might have to stay 6 feet apart, but that's okay. So we'll look forward to talking to you again.